Sometimes, the most powerful medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It comes in a cup. In a world that never stops spinning, when was the last time you did? Just for a moment. Just to sip something warm. Just to be. No emails. No noise. No rush. Only steam rising. Fingers wrapped around a cup. Breath slowing down. This is more than tea. More than coffee. This is a pause. A ritual. A return. For centuries, people turned to herbs and spices not just for flavor, but for healing. They brewed with intention. Sat in silence. Let the warmth speak to their body and soul. Ginger for fire. Cinnamon for heart. Turmeric for strength. Clove for clarity. Nutmeg for peace. And in each sip, medicine. Not the kind you swallow and forget, but the kind that brings you back to yourself. In Japan, tea is ceremony. In India, chai is comfort. In Ethiopia, coffee is connection. In the West, we drink to go. What if we drank to arrive? What if your morning cup wasn't a habit, but a healing? The temple isn't somewhere far. It's here. Your body, your breath, your presence. And your cup is the altar. So today, don't just drink. Sip. Don't just pause. Return. Because sometimes, the most powerful medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It comes in a cup. Across centuries and continents, 5 herbs have stood the test of time. Ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, clove, turmeric, each one a gift of healing, waiting in your kitchen. Throughout history, cultures across the globe have turned to nature for healing. And in the heart of kitchens, temples, and traditions, 5 herbs have remained constant, passed from generation to generation, surviving empires and evolving sciences. They are more than flavors. They are stories. They are spirit. They are medicine in the most natural form. Ginger warms the body, awakens digestion, and lights the fire of vitality. Cinnamon soothes the heart, balances blood sugar, and brings comfort to the soul. Nutmeg whispers you to rest, calms the mind, and softens the spirit. Clove defends the body, sharpens the senses, and grounds your energy. Turmeric shines from within, reducing inflammation and restoring sacred balance. Each herb is unique, each with a voice, a purpose, a rhythm, and together, they form a symphony of ancient wisdom. You may already have them in your cupboard, hidden in jars, waiting to be remembered, waiting to return not only flavor, but presence, not only health, but harmony. In the next chapters, we'll walk with each one, not just learning what they do, but how they feel, how they move within us, and what they awaken. Because sometimes, the most powerful rituals begin with a single sip. Ginger warms more than your throat. It stirs digestion, soothes inflammation, boosts circulation, and awakens your inner fire. There are some plants that don't ask for attention. They demand it. Ginger is one of them. From the moment you cut into its golden flesh, its aroma rushes forward, pungent, spicy, earthy. You know instantly it's alive. And that's what ginger reminds us of. To be alive. Truly alive. For thousands of years, this knotted root has held sacred status across Asia, the Middle East, and beyond. It has been traded like gold, revered in medicine, honored in kitchens, and embraced in rituals. Because ginger is more than food. It's fuel. It's medicine. It's fire in botanical form. A root with a mission. In traditional Chinese medicine TCM, ginger is known as shengjiang and used to warm the body, expel cold, and revive energy. In Ayurveda, it is called Vishvabhisaj, meaning the universal remedy. What does it do? It kindles the digestive fire, or agni, promoting the breakdown and assimilation of food. It reduces nausea, bloating, and cramps. It stimulates blood flow, encourages sweating, clears the sinuses, and calms inflammation. Modern science backs these ancient claims. Ginger contains gingerols and shogales, powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds. It supports immunity, eases joint pain, and protects the heart. And beyond all the physical benefits, ginger energizes the spirit. It wakes you up, reminds you of your strength, invites you to move. The ritual of warming. There's something beautifully primal about drinking ginger tea. You chop it, smash it, boil it. The scent rises, sharp and comforting. Then you pour. You hold the cup. The steam hits your face. You sip. The warmth travels down, not just to your belly, but to your bones. You feel it stirring you from within, not aggressively, but steadily, as if someone lit a candle deep inside your chest. It's no surprise many cultures drink ginger tea in the morning, not just to wake the body, but to awaken presence. More than medicine, a companion through life. Ginger is there through every season of life. When you're a child with an upset stomach, when you're a teenager with anxiety before an exam, when you're a mother-to-be battling morning sickness, when you're older and your joints need a bit more love, it is always there. A root that listens, a spice that supports. In winter it warms. In monsoon it protects. In summer it detoxifies. It is both yin and yang, both action and rest. It doesn't just help you heal, it helps you feel the fire inside you. When we talk about inner fire, we're talking about more than heat. We're talking about purpose, drive, vitality, the will to live fully. And sometimes life dims that flame. Stress, fatigue, doubt. We feel cold, heavy, lost. Ginger comes in as a kind of reminder. You are not extinguished. The spark is still there. You just need a little heat. A slice of ginger. A deep breath. A quiet moment. And slowly, gently, your fire returns. Ways to invite ginger into your day. Morning tea ritual. Boil fresh slices in water for 10 minutes. Add lemon or honey. Sip slowly. Ginger bath soak. Grate ginger into a cloth, tie it, and place it in your bath. Let your body absorb the heat. Cooking with ginger. Add it to stir fries, soups, smoothies. Let it blend into your daily rhythm. Ginger compress. Apply grated ginger wrapped in warm cloth to sore muscles or cold feet. Every method is an act of care. Every touch of ginger is a whisper to your body. Wake up. I'm here. The soul of ginger. We often think of healing as stillness, but sometimes healing is movement. Ginger teaches us that. It moves things in the body, blood, lymph, breath. And it moves things in the heart, emotion, energy, intention. It's not a quiet healer. It's an activist. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It nudges you to begin. In a way, ginger is like that honest friend. The one who says, "You've got this," even when you don't believe it yet. A cup to begin again. No matter how long it's been, no matter how tired or cold you feel, ginger says, "Come back. Let's start again." It doesn't judge. It doesn't fix. It simply warms. And sometimes, that's all we need. Not a cure, not a plan, not a breakthrough. Just a bit of warmth. Just a hand to hold. Just a spark. So the next time you reach for ginger, know that you're not just spicing your tea. You're stoking your fire. You're remembering your strength. You're saying yes to life, one cup at a time. Because healing doesn't always come with noise. Sometimes it arrives as heat, a root, a ritual, a flame. Sometimes it arrives as ginger. Cinnamon whispers to your heart. It balances blood sugar, calms inflammation, and brings sweetness to body and soul. Not all healing is loud. Not all medicine comes with warnings or labels. Some of the most powerful things arrive quietly, like cinnamon. With its sweet scent and warm touch, cinnamon doesn't shout. It doesn't demand. It invites. It says, "Come closer." And when you do, it begins to heal. The gentle healer. Cinnamon has been treasured for thousands of years, once worth more than gold in ancient trade. It was used in Egypt for embalming, in China for circulation, and in Ayurveda for warming the soul. Modern science affirms what ancient healers knew. Cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar. It's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antibacterial. But beyond its list of benefits, cinnamon offers something more elusive. Comfort, calm, connection. It doesn't just treat symptoms, it shifts your state. The aroma of memory. The moment you smell cinnamon, something happens. You're transported. Maybe it's a childhood memory, a winter kitchen, a holiday pie, warmth, love, belonging. Cinnamon taps into your limbic brain, the part tied to emotion and memory. This isn't just science. It's soul. Its scent softens the hard edges of a rough day. Its taste lingers like a hug. the heart's companion. In Ayurveda, cinnamon is used to support the heart. It stimulates circulation, helps regulate cholesterol, and improves warmth throughout the body. In traditional Chinese medicine, it moves stagnant energy, reviving not just blood flow, but life flow. But even more than that, cinnamon connects us to the emotional heart. It grounds us in sweetness, not the sugary kind, the soul kind. The kind that says, you're okay, you're safe, you're home. The sacred balance. Cinnamon is a master of balance. It's warming, yet calming, stimulating, yet grounding, spicy yet sweet. It brings together opposites, just like life does, just like we must. When your energy is low, it gently lifts. When your nerves are frayed, it quietly soothes. It finds the middle space, the place where healing can begin. Ways to welcome cinnamon in. Morning ritual. Add a pinch of ground cinnamon to your coffee or tea. Let the scent greet your senses. Comforting oatmeal. Stir cinnamon into warm oats with apple slices and a touch of honey. A breakfast that hugs back. Evening tea. Cinnamon sticks with chamomile and a drop of vanilla for calming nights and soft dreams. Spiritual space. Simmer cinnamon sticks on the stove with cloves and orange peel to infuse your home with grounding energy. Every use is a small ceremony. Every scent, a blessing. Whispers from within. In a world that moves fast, cinnamon slows you down. In a culture that values productivity, it reminds you of presence. It doesn't demand silence. It invites stillness. It doesn't force peace. It creates space for it. Cinnamon speaks to the part of you that longs to exhale, to release the grip, to feel sweet again. More than a spice. Yes, it's a spice. Yes, it has benefits. But cinnamon is also a symbol of warmth, of memory, of healing that begins gently and goes deep. It teaches us that strength isn't always sharp. That medicine can taste like dessert. That sweetness, when real, doesn't spike and crash. It lingers. It lifts. It lasts. One sip at a time. Tomorrow morning, when you stir cinnamon into your cup, let it be more than habit. Let it be healing. Let it remind you to slow down, to soften, to listen. Let its whisper reach your heart. Because sometimes, what we need most isn't intensity. It's intimacy. And cinnamon knows exactly how to give it. Nutmeg may be small, but it's mighty. It supports sleep, digestion, and emotional balance. A quiet hero in every sip. In the world of spices, some shine brightly. Others stand quietly, offering comfort from the shadows. Nutmeg belongs to the latter. It's subtle, unassuming. Yet within that small, brown seed lies a depth of wisdom and power that has touched hearts and homes for generations. This is not a spice that demands attention. It offers it, gently, steadily, lovingly. The hidden strength. Nutmeg is native to the Banda Islands of Indonesia. Once so valuable, empires wage wars over it. It's been used in ancient Indian, Middle Eastern, and Chinese medicine as a calming tonic for both body and spirit. While it may seem simple, nutmeg is a powerhouse. It aids digestion, easing bloating and nausea. It promotes relaxation and sleep. It reduces anxiety and supports emotional equilibrium. It contains myristicin and elemicin, compounds known for their soothing, sedative qualities. In the right dose, it doesn't overpower, it supports. It doesn't knock you out. It gently lays you down. The ritual of rest. Imagine this. It's evening. The day has been long. The world is quiet. You warm a cup of milk or tea. Grate a little fresh nutmeg over the top. You sip. Slowly. The flavor is warm, nutty, slightly sweet. Your shoulders drop. Your breath deepens. You begin to drift. This is nutmeg's superpower. It holds space for you to let go, to unwind, to exhale. It is the lullaby of spices, no lyrics needed. A companion in stillness. While ginger stirs and cinnamon soothes, nutmeg settles. It speaks to the part of you that craves peace, not excitement. It's the spice of slow evenings, gentle mornings, and quiet moments between. When added to food, it adds comfort. When added to drink, it adds care. When added to life, it reminds you. Slowness is sacred. Stillness is medicine. The spice of the soul. Nutmeg doesn't just help you sleep. It helps you rest. There's a difference. Sleep is physical. Rest is spiritual. Nutmeg invites both. It helps you let go of the day. Not just its tasks, but its weight. It helps dissolve the stress you didn't even know you were holding. It's not flashy. It's faithful. Not intense, but intentional. It teaches that healing doesn't always need action. Sometimes it just needs space. Ways to embrace nutmeg. Evening latte. Warm milk or a plant-based alternative with a dash of nutmeg, cinnamon, and honey. Sip before bed. Golden rest tea. Nutmeg, chamomile, turmeric, steeped together to soothe the body and spirit. Comfort baking. Add nutmeg to banana bread, oatmeal cookies, or warm muffins. Aromatherapy touch. A tiny pinch of nutmeg in essential oil blends can calm the nervous system. Let each method be slow. Let each ritual be real. The warrior of quiet strength. Not all warriors carry swords. Some carry softness. Some carry safety. Nutmeg is a silent warrior. Not because it fights loudly, but because it guards gently. It protects your rest. It honors your stillness. It defends your peace. And in a world that constantly asks you to go faster, be stronger, do more, nutmeg offers another way. To pause. To breathe. To be. Return to gentle. Next time you feel overwhelmed, reach for this tiny spice. Let it remind you of the quiet power within. Let it guide you back to softness, not weakness, but wisdom. Because the deepest healing rarely arrives with noise. It often enters in whispers, in warmth, in stillness, sometimes in a spoonful of nutmeg. Clove is the protector, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and soothing. It guards both body and spirit. There's a strength that doesn't need volume, a power that doesn't come from force. Clove is that kind of strength. Sharp, bold, grounded. It is the quiet sentinel, standing watch over your well-being. The warrior spice, clove, or Syzygium aromaticum, comes from the dried flower buds of an evergreen tree native to the Maluku Islands of Indonesia. Its name means nail, and you can see why. Its shape is firm, solid-pointed, like a guardian, ready to protect. For thousands of years, clove has been used in Chinese, Ayurvedic, and Middle Eastern medicine to fight infection, soothe toothaches, aid digestion, stimulate circulation, calm inflammation. Its essential oil, rich in eugenol, is a potent antimicrobial, capable of neutralizing bacteria, fungi, and even viruses. But clove doesn't just fight. It also comforts. It offers heat without burning. It offers grounding without heaviness. The medicine of fire. In Ayurveda, clove is considered warming. It ignites Agni, the digestive fire, and dispels AMA, the toxic residue from undigested food. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is used to warm the kidneys, strengthen yang, and dispel cold from the body. It is the fire that clears, the flame that purifies. Yet clove is not reckless. Its fire is focused. It knows exactly where to go, what to heal, what to hold. A scent of strength. Clove's aroma is unmistakable. It's the scent of autumn, spice markets, and slow healing. When diffused, it clears the air, physically and emotionally. It opens the breath. It clears the head. It says, "You are safe." When added to tea, it wraps the body in a cloak of warmth. When added to food, it brings depth and complexity. When held close, clove becomes something more than a spice. It becomes a presence. Protection beyond the physical. Clove doesn't just guard the body. It guards the spirit. In many cultures, it is burned to ward off negative energy. It is carried as a charm for protection. It is infused into rituals of cleansing and clarity. Why? Because clove reminds us of boundaries, of strength, of sovereignty. It is a spice that says, "This is your space. This is your power." Ways to use clove as a guardian. Spiced tea. Simmer cloves with cinnamon, ginger, and black tea. Add milk and honey. Sip when you need strength. Tooth and gum relief. Mix clove oil with coconut oil and apply to gums for natural pain relief. Air purifier. Simmer cloves with orange peel and rosemary to cleanse and ground your home. Sacred blend. Add clove to herbal incense or oil blends for protection rituals and emotional resilience. Let every use be intentional. Let every sip be strength. A guardian in the chaos. The world is loud, fast, demanding. Sometimes you need something that draws a line, that says, this far, no further. Clove is that line. It grounds you. It holds you. It reminds you that you are not defenseless. You have tools. You have allies. You have a cup of protection. The flame within. When you feel scattered, sip clove. When you feel drained, breathe it in. Let it return you to center. Let it light a flame where there was fatigue. Let it shield what matters most. Because protection is not just physical. It's emotional, energetic, spiritual. And sometimes it smells like clove. Tieng viet long tieng. Fan 6, din hung. Nu oi bao vi, say dik sao nu can. Turmeric transforms. With curcumin as its core, it fights disease, restores balance, and glows with golden wisdom. Some ingredients don't just nourish the body. They change it. Turmeric is not just a spice. It is an alchemist. It turns inflammation into vitality, imbalance into harmony, pain into light. It doesn't shout. It shines. The golden root, turmeric, known as haldi in Hindi, has been used for over 4,000 years in Ayurvedic, Siddha, and traditional Chinese medicine. It is sacred in India, where it is part of rituals, weddings, and prayers. It's smeared on the skin for blessing, sprinkled in food for healing, offered to the gods for protection. At its heart is curcumin, a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound. Modern science now echoes ancient wisdom. Turmeric supports joint health, improves brain function, boosts immunity, protects the heart, brightens the skin. But turmeric is not just a healer. It is a transformer. It doesn't treat one thing. It shifts the whole system. Alchemy in a cup. Imagine this. Golden milk at night. Turmeric simmered with milk, cinnamon, black pepper, and honey. The taste earthy, deep, warm. You sip. You feel your body say, thank you. Turmeric doesn't stimulate. It harmonizes. It doesn't numb. It balances. It reminds your body how to heal. This is alchemy, not magic, but wisdom. Not escape, but return. Sacred across cultures. In Hindu ceremonies, turmeric symbolizes purity, prosperity, and fertility. In Southeast Asia, it's used to cleanse and protect. In Polynesia, it's mixed with coconut oil to soften the skin and soothe the soul. In every corner of the earth, turmeric is more than spice. It is blessing. It is bridge. It is medicine of the earth for the spirit. The light inside the root. Its golden hue is not just beautiful, it's meaningful. It represents light, awareness, enlightenment. When you use turmeric, you're not just cooking. You're calling in radiance. And not just for your skin or your cells, but for your inner world. Turmeric teaches. Healing is not only relief. It is illumination. Ways to use turmeric as an alchemist. Golden milk. Simmer milk with turmeric, cinnamon, black pepper, and honey. Drink before bed for restoration. Morning tonic. Warm water, turmeric, lemon, and a dash of cayenne, a daily detox. Skin brightening mask. Mix turmeric with yogurt and honey. Apply to face for a gentle glow. Cooking ritual. Add turmeric to soups, rice, lentils, and vegetables. Let it color your meals with healing. Let every use be sacred. Let every glow be intention. The healer that stays. Unlike trends that fade, turmeric stays. Through centuries. Through science. Through souls. Why? Because it works. Because it holds. Because it knows. It doesn't just relieve your pain. It teaches you what caused it. And then helps you release it. That is transformation. That is healing. That is turmeric. Glowing from within. Next time you add a pinch of turmeric, know that you're not just seasoning. You're inviting the alchemist. You're welcoming light. You're restoring balance. You're saying yes to golden wisdom, inside and out. Because sometimes, the most powerful healing doesn't feel like medicine. It feels like warmth. Like light. Like turmeric. In every cup, a ritual. Sip slowly. Feel deeply. Let the herbs guide your breath, your thoughts, your peace. What if drinking tea wasn't just a habit, but a spiritual practice? What if every cup was a doorway, a gentle return, a sacred pause in the rush of life? This is the art of mindful sipping. Not just drinking, but being with the drink. The pause that heals. In modern life, we rush through everything. Emails, meals, moments, even tea. We boil, we pour, we gulp, we move on. But healing doesn't happen in haste. It unfolds in stillness. Mindful sipping invites us to stop, truly stop, to hold the cup with both hands, to feel its warmth seep into your skin, to breathe in the steam, to honor the ingredients, the earth, the hands that harvested them, to take a sip and be completely there for it. The 5 steps of the sip ritual. Set the space, turn off distractions, light a candle, sit in silence, feel the cup, hold it, notice its weight, its temperature, its texture. Ground yourself in this simple connection. Smell the steam, close your eyes, inhale deeply, let the scent awaken your senses and settle your nervous system. Sip slowly, let each mouthful move through you. Notice the flavors, the warmth, the comfort. Reflect gently. Ask, what do I need right now? Not to fix, just to know. This is presence in practice. This is ceremony in everyday life. A conversation with the cup. When you sip with attention, the herbs speak. Ginger says, move, rise, be brave. Cinnamon says, soften, trust, feel safe. Nutmeg says, rest, let go, you're held. Clove says, stand tall, be clear, you're protected. Turmeric says, shine, heal, transform. These aren't just flavors. They're teachers. And when you're present, you can hear them. Beyond taste, into awareness. Most people drink for taste. But you're sipping for truth. You're drinking to remember, to reconnect, to realign. This is what the monks of Zen do when they serve tea. This is what ancient healers knew when they brewed roots over fire. It's not about perfection. It's about presence. The sacred made simple. You don't need robes. You don't need mantras. You don't need to know how. You just need the willingness to slow down, to hold a cup like it matters, because it does. That sip, that small, quiet act, could change your entire day. A daily anchor. Make it a ritual. Each morning, before the noise. Each evening, after the chaos. Even just once a day. Sit with your cup. Let it hold you. Let it remind you of who you are, of where you are, of what matters. Peace, one sip at a time. You don't have to meditate for hours. You don't have to escape to a mountaintop. Sometimes, all it takes is a moment, a breath, a warm cup. Sip slowly. Feel deeply. Let the herbs guide your breath, your thoughts, your peace. Because in every cup, there's more than tea. There's a chance to come home. The medicine is already in your hands. Brew it, sip it, and let it heal you from the inside out. You've journeyed through 5 sacred herbs. You've met the fire of ginger, the comfort of cinnamon, the quiet of nutmeg, the protection of clove, and the light of turmeric. But this is not an ending. It's a beginning. Because the healing is not in the watching. It's in the doing, in the brewing, in the sipping, in the becoming. This is your invitation. You don't need to travel to the Himalayas. You don't need to find a healer or guru. You don't need to buy rare herbs from faraway lands. What you need is already with you. A kettle, a cup, a moment of quiet. Because healing isn't always a prescription. Sometimes it's a choice, a ritual, a return. From habit to healing. Every day, you drink something, coffee, tea, water. What if, just once a day, that drink became a ceremony? What if you paused? What if you gave that moment your full presence? You wouldn't just be nourishing your body. You'd be nurturing your soul. The herbs don't need you to understand them. They simply need you to trust them, to show up, to sip slowly. Healing is a homecoming. So many of us search outside for what we already carry within. We scroll, we chase, we compare. But your body knows. Your breath knows. Your spirit remembers. A cup of tea becomes a sacred doorway. A sip becomes a sacred act. A ritual becomes a sacred home. You don't have to do everything. You just have to do one thing, with everything inside you. The simplicity of power. We're taught to believe that healing must be hard, expensive, complicated. But the truth is, healing is often simple. It's in the pause, the presence, the intention. That's why a single sip with mindfulness can do more than an entire bottle of pills without it. That's why the most powerful medicine is already here. Make it yours. Choose your herbs. Choose your cup. Choose your moment. This is not about perfection. It's about presence. You don't need to do it every day. You just need to do it when it matters. When you feel scattered. When you feel tired. When you feel lost. Or when you simply want to come home. The last sip. So now you have the knowledge, the ingredients, the steps, the spirit. But the real power is in the sip. Brew it. Sip it. Let it hold you. Let it heal you. Not with force, but with warmth. Not with pressure, but with peace. You don't need to escape life to find healing. You just need to meet it. One cup at a time. Because the medicine, it's already in your hands.